What's good, guys? It's your girl Faith, and welcome back to Faith Facts. As you guys know, this week I'm taking a little bit of a break from creating new content, but that doesn't mean that there isn't more in store. This is a video from back on September 12th, 2020, where I talk about the first season of Cobra Kai. So I hope you guys enjoy, and watch until the end for a little bit of a surprise. What's good, guys? It's your girl Faith, and welcome back to Faith Facts. So today we are doing a video that is a little bit different from what I usually do. It not only fills up my heart and gives me something to do after Zoom school, but it lines the pockets of Netflix, which I don't know if that's good or not. But we are doing a video about the show called Cobra Kai. But this time, instead of what I did last Sunday on season 1 that you should check out right now, we are doing a video on the whole entirety of season 1. Before we do anything else, spoilers. There are going to be huge spoilers of season 1 for Cobra Kai in here. So if you do not want to see spoilers, then click out of this video immediately and watch my other video about the first episode, which only spoils the first episode. Oh yeah, I got a new background. Do y'all like the background? Tell me in the comments what you think. I don't know, it's kind of blandish. Where, of course, our down and out drunk Johnny is redeemed and he opens Cobra Kai again. Cobra Kai, which is from the Karate Kid, where he learned how to be, quote unquote, a badass. So anyway, we're gonna discuss Johnny Lawrence versus Daniel LaRusso. So they are, like the episode 8 of season 1 says, the same but different. Or is it different but the same? Same thing anyway. If you have never seen Cobra Kai before, then you have not seen a good karate-based comedy drama in your entire life, and you should, and here's why. Because they have great music. As you know, Cobra Kai is based off of the Karate Kid from 1984, and of course that has a bunch of 80s rock music in it because it is an 80s movie. And I think that there's a great incorporation of like 80s rock and modern hip hop, well, maybe not hip hop, but pop, and all that into this show, and I think that that is super prevalent in season 1. My favorite one was in episode season 4 when Danny is driving down the street now that he has his new billboard for the Russo Auto Group, and they're playing Perm by Bruno Mars, and it's just like, yeah, he's man, yeah. It's just really good like that. I just want to say that I absolutely loved the first scene in the second episode where they're kind of showing how Daniel Russo has such a charmed life, and they're playing Ain't That a Kick in the Head? Johnny has very bad anger issues. Anytime he has a problem, he uses his fist to solve it, just like he says in episode 6, All Valley. Danny is also pretty much a hothead, as he says himself in episode 3. He is a certified hothead. He is angry all the time, does not like doing that much to stay calm, unless he is doing kata, which is a form of karate that Mr. Miyagi taught him. Of course, Johnny is a drunk mess. He drinks a lot of Coors Banquet beer, and he just likes to drink his problems away most of the time. While meanwhile, Danny is not a heavy drinker. I believe we only see him drinking like one fancy kind of beer. I think it's Blue Moon. And actually, I was doing some research for this video, and according to IMDb, Coors Banquet is made by the same people that make Blue Moon. So that's like a even more little nuanced overlay of how Johnny and Danny are the same, because they're drinking different looking beers, but they're from the same company. Of course, Danny has a rags to riches type story. As you know, in the original Karate Kid, he was born in Newark, New Jersey, and he moves to Reseda, Reseda, California, with his mom in a crummy apartment, and he's pretty not rich at all. Well, now in the show, Danny is super duper duper rich. He has money, he lives in a mansion in Encino, and he loves his job at owning car dealerships and being a car salesman. Now, Johnny is the complete opposite. Let's flip the script on that. He grew up with his mom and his stepdad in a super duper nice house, always had the nicest cars and the nicest Walkman in the 80s. But now he lives in a crummy apartment in Reseda. He's a drunk and he doesn't really care for his son Robbie. Now, Robbie is a totally different case. Proceed to us as a bad boy after Johnny gets a call from his school guidance counselor that he was selling Molly in school. Why would you sell it in school? Never mind. You know, my parents are watching this. No. Let's get back to Johnny versus Danny. Johnny is childish. I mean childish too. Childish. Like in episode 1, season 3, after his rent is jacked up. After his rents are jacked up for Cobra Kai and he can't sell anything to make money or do anything much to make any more money. He is drunk, kind of handing out papers for Cobra Kai on the middle of this really busy road. And then he sees a LaRusso Auto Group billboard where Danny is kind of sitting there like this. So then he looks up at it and he sees some guy with a spray paint bottle. So he trades him his beer for a spray paint bottle. And, he draws,
Oh, no, the name I'm talking about, billboard. Why? What happened to Al billboard?
something in his mouth. I'll leave that up to your imagination. Anyway, the only reason why Johnny does this is because Danny is super petty and afraid. Petty. I mean, the only reason why Johnny's rents were raised was because Danny had a talk with the owner of the building that he knows because he goes to his country club and convinced him that he wanted to buy the place. And he says, well, it's already way below market value, so you probably wouldn't want it. Like that. Like, what? Danny wants to interfere with Johnny for what? I mean, I don't know. The man is petty, okay? That's all I have to say. We have to connect back their second chances. Now, second chances is a big theme in this show because almost every character is getting their second chance. Like Johnny, he's getting his second chance at being a good mentor / father figure when he is with Miguel. Because Miguel, he lives with his mom and grandma and he doesn't really know his father, and Miguel is learning all this good stuff and sometimes bad stuff from Johnny. Meanwhile, Danny also gets a second chance. Danny wants to become a teacher, a karate teacher, just like Mr. Miyagi. But he doesn't really have anyone to do karate with. He has a son, but his son really doesn't like anything that he likes or wants to interact with him in any way possible. So his stand-in son is Robbie, and how they have that mentor-mentee relationship. It's kind of like a second chance for Danny to take after Mr. Miyagi. Music and how it overlays the whole kind of slow down kind of montage of him, you know, getting breakfast with his kids and they're both smiling, and then he kisses his wife and he goes to the auto shop and he checks on all his employees and he sells a car and he's trimming a bonsai tree and he's just having a super charmed life. Only to show through the rest of that episode that his life is a little less charmed than we should think it is. But in my opinion, the third and fourth episodes are the best. Well, aside from the season finale, which is episode 10. Because I kind of like the Halloween theme, like the Halloween party and how everyone is kind of going through their own different things and how we're introduced to so many different characters in that episode. Like, we're introduced to Dimitri, who's the only friend of Miguel's who does not end up at Cobra Kai. Dimitri's kind of, it's kind of annoying, I gotta admit. He likes to talk a lot. He's very argumentative. I don't know. Maybe that's just what the show wants you to think. And then there's Eli. Eli has a scar from a cleft lip that he had when he was a baby. So everyone makes fun of that for him, just doing that. But I'm gonna get to that later. But when Miguel dresses up as a skeleton for Halloween, the same skeleton costume that Johnny had when he was in high school, Danny, who is chaperoning the event because his daughter is there with her boyfriend, Tyler, who's also a bully of Miguel's. Danny is threatened by Miguel wearing this skeleton costume, and he's like, something's not right. So he goes into one of the hallways, and then, of course, he sees Samantha's there with Kyler, and Kyler's trying to manipulate her to, do stuff. He interrupts right in the middle of that, and of course, Sam is very upset with him, and she runs off and leaves. Well, anyway, we go back to Kyler and his friends going, yeah, you almost got her in the palm of your... So then, while they're saying all this in the boys' locker room, Miguel, Dimitri, and Eli were using the bathroom in the other part of the locker room. So they hear this, and of course Miguel is like, I know how to fight now. I can fight them off. So he's like, hey, why don't you stop saying that? And they say, hey, why don't you leave? Or something mean along that line. So then Miguel, he punches them, but then they punch him back, and then they start ambushing him. Now he doesn't really know what to do, and then they close the locker door and start beating him with a stick. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But at least they don't show that part. They don't really show that part. They show Johnny going into the locker room afterward because he was, there trying to promote Cobra Kai in the most old school way possible by handing out flyers, and he sees Miguel kind of there. And that's where that storyline ends for now. And, you have to hear me out on this because this starts off in the next episode, where the next episode, season 1, episode 5 or 6. We're scared where to do Sam because does not want to that karate. She wouldn't now. You gotta hear me out with popular this one. For Sam doing karate anymore. Her father. I think that the popular thing kind of goes out the window after episode 4. So episode 4 or 3, I think, is when Miguel, Eli, and Dimitri are at the library. Tyler comes by, and then he starts bullying Dimitri by dropping like his backpack and a can of yogurt or something. But what Kyler didn't know was that Sam was there. She was watching him do that because she was in the library. Sam so later that day, they're at the movies, and Sam is kind of being standoffish, and she's like, leave me alone, leave me alone. And, Kyler is trying to get her to do more stuff at the movie theater while they're watching the movie, and she pushes him away and even punches him down back into his chair, and she leaves. Tyler has to be the bully that he is, and he starts spreading the rumors that she said that Kyler was incompetent or something, and that she actually did the stuff that he wanted her to do in the movie theater. So of course that demotes her popular status and just makes her obsolete and a laughing stock of the school because she eats sausage, as they say. In episode 5, when Danny, oh my god, when Danny goes to the corner store just to shade Johnny, he goes there just to shade Johnny. he asked for a canister of red spray paint, which is the same spray paint that Johnny used on his billboard. And he just goes there and starts talking about like something like, I know you gotta lay off the beer because you need like to pay your rent or something like that. And it's just super petty. Like, man, why are you so angry? It's like he has a strip mall karate school in the middle of Reseda. Like, that's not supposed to be threatening to you. Like, man. But it is very sweet that after that scene, it's the next day and Danny goes to Mr. Miyagi's grave site, and you know, he kind of talks to him, and there's this really pretty bonsai tree next to his tombstone, and you know, Danny trims it and he's like, I don't know what I should do, I'm so angry and blah blah blah. And then they put in a clip from the Karate Kid where Mr. Miyagi is telling him that he's got to find his inner peace and find his inner balance, and then he'll know. Just reading way too much into this, but we went through episodes 2 through 5, and I still have so much more to do. So I believe in the next few weeks we're going to be having a part 2 to this one. So stay tuned for that. And that is the end of the video. So don't forget to like this video if you like this video. Comment below what you think about Season 1, Episodes 1 through 5 of Cobra Kai. And what do you think I should review next? I'm always looking for some more topics to go over, more TV shows, more basically anything. So leave a comment below about what you want to see. And don't forget to subscribe. You know, subscriber counts. They're cool. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I love you for watching. And remember to strike first, strike hard, show no mercy. Bye. And now, the surprise is I am hosting a contest. The first person to like this video and comment done below gets to choose the topic for my next video for Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. Good luck to all of you guys, and I will see you later. Bye.